10 foods to avoid over 50. There are some obvious reasons why older individuals do not like to consume the same type of diet they used to ingest while they were young. It is a fact that diet can influence our overall health in the long run. It will be a good idea to stay away from junk food items once you have crossed 50 years of age. It is imperative to understand how good food items can be beneficial to our health and how unhealthy food items can be detrimental. In the following video, we have mentioned what foods to avoid once you are 50 years old. Unpasteurized milk. It is a fact that most minerals present in milk are lost during the process of pasteurization. For this reason, many individuals are of the notion that it will be sensible to drink unpasteurized milk. Nevertheless, unpasteurized milk has the ability to generate more bacteria as compared to its pasteurized counterpart. In case you have crossed 50 and you want to drink milk, make it a point to consume only thoroughly pasteurized whole milk. There are several companies on the market that also include vitamin D and protein in the pasteurized milk produced by them. Surveys from various countries have monitored the presence of different types of pathogens in raw milk, with prevalence levels as high as 13% for bacteria. In some studies, almost a third of all milk samples contained at least one type of pathogen. Pathogens are not visible to the naked eye, and measurements of their numbers can take several days to complete, so it can be extremely difficult to determine the safety of raw milk before that milk has been consumed. Occasional testing of raw milk does not guarantee that pathogens are absent from the milk supply on days when no testing is done. Soft cheeses, camembert, brie, chèvre, blue cheese, and other types of soft cheeses are usually unpasteurized, and therefore, they enable bacteria to generate in huge amounts. Since adult individuals tend to have weaker immune systems, it is possible for these bacteria to harm them more than the younger generation. Nevertheless, it is vital to note that cheese provides a fantastic source of vitamin D, which will be beneficial for seniors as well. Consequently, make it a point to eat cheese such as Monterey Jack, cheddar, and Swiss instead of the softer varieties. The 2015 report of the Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee recommend limiting fat intake to 20 to 35% of daily calories and saturated fat to less than 10% of total calories. This means that someone following an 1,800-calorie diet should consume less than 18 grams per day of saturated fat. 1 ounce of cheddar cheese contains around 120 calories and 6 grams of saturated fat. A high intake of saturated fat can increase the risk of diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular problems. Some studies suggest, however, that saturated fat from dairy foods may be less harmful than saturated fat from other sources. Raw meat. Even though you will come across several raw meat recipes which are considered to be mouth-watering delicacies, it will be sensible for seniors to avoid them at all costs. This is because these food items happen to be uncooked, which implies that it is not possible to destroy the bacteria present in the meat by heat. This has the potential of making the seniors extremely sick in the long run. Therefore, seniors should make it a point to eat lean white meat such as chicken instead of going for raw meat. When eating raw meat, the biggest risk that you may encounter is contracting a foodborne illness, which is commonly referred to as food poisoning. This is caused by eating food contaminated with bacteria, viruses, parasites, or toxins. Typically, this contamination occurs during slaughter if the animal's intestines get accidentally nicked and spread potentially harmful pathogens to the meat. Multigrain bread. Most food items required by individuals who have reached 50 ought to be full of nutrients. However, it can be quite challenging for individuals to figure out what exactly is present in the products purchased by them from the stores. During the last few years, you will come across several companies marketing products that seem to be healthy apparently. Multigrain bread happens to be one of them that is filled with preservatives and dyes so that they appear different from white bread. Moreover, it also contains lots of empty calories as well as unwanted carbohydrates. Unpasteurized juice. It will be a good idea for any individual over 50 years of age to drink juice since it will provide them with essential minerals and vitamins. Nevertheless, it is important for them to stay away from commercial juices that have not been pasteurized. On the other hand, it might be a sensible idea for the older members to purchase a juicer for their residences. It will be comparatively safe to drink juice from the majority of the vegetables and fruits available on the market. Often, the fruits and vegetables used to make unpasteurized juice have been cleaned and treated properly throughout their lifespan, and the juice is stored safely. In these cases, unpasteurized juice can be enjoyed safely with very few risks or side effects. However, in other instances, if produce has been contaminated with a pathogen capable of causing foodborne illness, or if juice has been stored improperly or kept for more than a few days, the risks associated with drinking unpasteurized juice increase greatly. Diet soda. It has been found by research that diet soda consists of ingredients that can cause severe health conditions such as cancer and depression. In spite of having fewer calories and lesser amounts of sugar, diet sodas are considered to be quite unhealthy for most of the seniors who have reached 50. Those who are in the habit of consuming carbonated beverages must try to avoid products consisting of preservatives, artificial sweeteners, and dyes. Moreover, they should also refrain from drinking caffeinated beverages as much as possible. Some research suggests that the artificial sweeteners found in diet soda might negatively affect your gut microbiome, which is the community of beneficial bacteria in your digestive tract. Although diet soda doesn't contain sugar like regular soda, it's highly acidic and can take a serious toll on your smile if you drink a lot of it on a regular basis. Diet soda contains several compounds that may negatively affect bone health and lead to bone loss. Several observational studies have found that people who drink diet soda regularly have a higher risk of developing heart problems in the long run. Some research suggests that the artificial sweeteners found in diet soda may have the same effect on the food reward pathway in the brain as regular sugar, which could lead to increased hunger and food intake. Even though diet soda doesn't contain any calories or carbs, some research has found it's associated with an increased risk of diabetes. Raw eggs. We have heard about some people eating raw eggs for developing their muscles and getting more vitality. But here, we like to mention that raw eggs can be quite detrimental for people who have reached 50. The reason for this is that raw eggs provide a salmonella threat that can be harmful to the elderly. Therefore, people more than 50 years of age must try their best to avoid eating raw eggs, which happen to be in uncooked condition. It is a fact that eggs are considered to be a healthy food item, but it has to be boiled or cooked properly before it becomes conducive to eating them. Raw and undercooked eggs may contain salmonella, a type of harmful bacteria. Salmonella contamination can happen in one of two ways: either directly during the formation of an egg inside the hen. Indirectly, when salmonella contaminates the outside of the egg and penetrates through the shell membrane. Low-fat food items. Even though many of us are of the notion that fat is not healthy for our health, we must not stay away from foods that consist of some natural levels of fat in them. Healthy fats are present in food items such as nuts, fish, as well as olive oil that come with heart-protecting attributes that can be quite helpful for the elderly. Make sure to go for full-fat stuff such as yogurt and milk. These types of healthy fats provide protection for our brains and joints while we become older. There is plenty of well-researched evidence showing that regularly eating fast food can harm a person's health. The United States Department of Agriculture points out that typical fast food contains a very high number of calories. If a person eats more calories than they burn each day, they gain weight, which may lead to obesity. Eating lots of fast food could also impact an individual's mental health and make them more prone to depression and anxiety. A 2021 study data from 322 males and 322 females age 30 or older. They found an association between healthy foods such as leafy greens, nuts, and fish and positive mood, while the opposite was true of fast food. In addition, women reported significantly more negative associations with fast food than men. Raw sprouts. It is essential to clean the sprouts comprehensively or even cook them before they can be consumed. These veggies are in the habit of growing in warm conditions, which implies that they might be available to you from stores covered in germs. However, the good thing is that it will be feasible to get rid of the majority of the harmful pathogens simply by tossing them in boiling water. Sports drinks. Although sports drinks can be considered to be a substitute for soda, they can be quite unhealthy in the long run. This is due to the fact that most sports drinks are packed with preservatives, artificial sweeteners, and processed dyes that can prove to be harmful when it comes to maintaining the blood sugar levels of seniors, along with the health of their hearts, gums, and teeth. Energy drinks can contribute to heart-related incidents, including chest pain, even in consumers with no indication of heart disease. A research survey of an Australia-based hospital emergency department from 2014-2015 revealed that 36% of male patients who presented heart palpitations previously consumed an energy drink less than 24 hours earlier. The risk is even greater for men in their 50s or older with borderline hypogonadism, clinically low testosterone. As we age, our testosterone levels can naturally decline, leaving us susceptible to serious health risks, including heart attacks and strokes. Consuming an energy drink may be the final straw for your heart. As we conclude our journey through the foods to consider avoiding after the age of 50, remember this. What's good for one person might not be ideal for another. The key is personalized health. Steering clear of the mentioned food items can be a powerful stride toward a life free from ailments, promoting vitality well into the golden years. So let's not just add years to our life, but life to our years. By making mindful choices and embracing a diet tailored to our individual needs, we lay the foundation for a long, vibrant, and healthy life. If you've found value in this discussion, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, share your thoughts in the comments, and join our community dedicated to informed and intentional living.